Hey, Ian.
Yes.
From Axu is saying, from a fellow electronics professional, could you give us a technical rundown of Orb, or do you want to do that later?
No,
Now's fine.
It's actually incredibly easy inside their thing. For the past 2 years, we've been using a automobile third-party wireless locking and ignition system for cars. So that sits in the back end, connected to a relay and a Raspberry Pi. The relay is there to separate the 12 volts of the car electronics from the 5 volts of the Raspberry Pi. And when the fob is engaged in any ways, that sends a signal to the Raspberry Pi to close those two relays and send the signal to the button to play the song. That's why it's been so fast when it's probably working for these past 2 years. What we did this year that was different is we cracked open the fob. Last year we just painted the fob. This year we cracked open the fob, soldered a couple of spade connectors to the button that it would be depressing normally, and wired those up to a big ol' arcade button in the front. I believe that's 120 millimeters of arcade button goodness. There are two other spade connectors on that connect to the LED. The LED is pre-resisted. I think it's by a 660 ohm resistor. The LED is then driven by a NE555N timer, which is attached to a 1000 millifarad capacitor, I want to say a BE3704 transistor, and another 100K ohm resistor, and that causes the pulsing of the button's face. The speed at which is controlled by voltage. If you put a 9-volt battery in there, it breathes in a rather anxiety-inducing manner.
Oh yeah, because this is super chill.
This is very much chill compared to at 9 volts. And so the whole thing is then just kind of, well, not just kind of, but the whole thing is buttoned up with some foam double-sided tape to keep the button portion in the 3D printed bit, and that's it. That's the button for this year.
Sweet.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I love it.
Small further question, just because I kind of haven't been able to tell and I don't know electronics well enough to know what voltage functions look like, but as a game developer, I know a lot of sort of easing functions, and I'm curious if this is like a linear up and down on the light, or like a sinusoidal up and down.
That's a very good question to ask. It is, in fact, actually not sinusoidal. It is just a square wave that's coming out of the timer chip, and that causes the capacitor to charge up to 2/3 of the voltage of full voltage. When it hits that point, the timer then gets a notification to discharge the capacitor, and that's what causes the light to go on and off and on and off.
Sweet.
Neat.